Hi, welcome once more to Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from September 2022 Limpopo province questions. Okay, September 2022 Limpopo province sequence and series. That is question number 2 and 3. Okay, so listen very carefully. Question number 2. What is the first question? 2.1. The first four terms of a quadratic number pattern. So it is given that this one is a quadratic number pattern. So if it is a quadratic number pattern, immediately in your mind, okay, I can find a second difference. Am I right? Okay. Anyway, let's see what are the numbers. 13, 20, 29, 40, etc. So it is given that this one is a quadratic number pattern. So let's try to find the first difference and second difference. Okay, so 20 minus, like that, 20 minus 13, it is 7. 29 minus 20, it is 9. 40 minus 29, it is 11. Am I right? Okay, now let's find the second difference. 9 minus 7 is 2. 11 minus 9, it's 2. Am I right? Okay, so we got the first difference and the second difference. We did many questions like that. Am I right? Okay, now what is our first question? 2.1.1. 2.1.1. What is the question? Write down the value of the fifth term. You have to write what is the fifth term. Here, this is the first term. This is term 1, term 2, term 3, and this is term 4, and what is the term there on as a fifth term. Okay, so you have to find what is the number here. What is the number here? Okay, so now how can you find that one? You know, in a quadratic sequence, the second difference are the same. So here this one is 2. Am I right? Okay, so look at this one. How do you get this 9? 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 2, 11. So next one is 11 plus 2. That is, here it is 13. Am I right? Okay, 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 2, 11. 11 plus 2, 13. Okay, similarly here also, how do you get this 20? 13 plus 7, 20. 20 plus 9, 29. 29 plus 11, 40. So next one is 40 plus 13. Am I right? This 40 plus this 13, that is this number. So 40 plus 13 is 53. So it means that the fifth term is, what is the fifth term? 53. You understand? Okay, so that is 2.1.1. now let's move to the next question. 2.1.2. question number 2.1.2. what is that question? Determine the general term of the number pattern in the form of Tn. You have to find the general term. Okay, so here to find the general term, what is the general term of a quadratic sequence? Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. Right, this is a general term, and here you have to find the values of these a, b and c. Right, so for that, what we can do, we have to call this second difference as 2a, and this 7 as 3a plus b, and this given sequence as a plus b plus c. Am I right? That's the method that we studied. Okay, so here first we have to start from here. 2a is equal to 2. 2a is equal to 2. So what is a from there? 2 times a. So if I take this 2 to the other side, times here, other side it is division. So it is 2 by 2 is 1. Now take the second one. 3a plus b is equal to, what's the number? 7. So what is the value of a? It is 1. So it is 3 into 1 plus b is equal to 7. So from here, what is b? 3 times 1 is 3. So if I take that 3 to the other side, it is minus. So it is 7 minus 3. So b is equal to 7 minus 3 is 4. So the value of b is 4. Now what we have to find? So we got the value of a and b. Now we have to find c. Okay, so there is one more equation here. A plus b plus c is equal to, what is the number? 13. Okay, substitute the values. What is a? 1 plus, what is b? 4 plus c is equal to 13. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus c is equal to 13. Take this 5 to the other side. So it is minus 5. So c is equal to 13 minus 5. So C is equal 13 minus 5 is 8. So the value of C is 8. So now look at this one. We got the value of A as 1, B as 4 and C as 8. Okay, so substitute in this equation now. Tn is equal to A 1 n square plus B. What is B? 4. So it is 4n plus what is C? 8. So let's write once more. Tn is equal to 1 into n squared is the same as n square. So n square plus 4n plus 8. And that is the general equation of that quadratic sequence. Do you understand? Okay. Okay, so that is question number 2.1.2. Now let's move to the next question, 2.1.3. Okay, let's move to the next question, question number 2.1.3. 2.1.3. What is that question? Michael stated that one of the terms of the sequence is 4493. Okay, is Michael's claim correct? Use calculations to motivate your verdict. So what Michael is saying, in that sequence, that quadratic sequence, okay, 13, 20, 29, 40, etc, 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 etc. Okay, and Michael saying that one of the term is 4493. 4493. Okay, and you have to say, is there such a term in this sequence? In this quadratic sequence, is that term is coming or not? That is what you want to say. Okay, so you have to motivate your answer. So what we can do in this type of questions, guys, we have to find the value of n. Okay, that gives this one as Tn. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to call this one as Tn. Okay, and try to find a value of n. So if you are getting n as 4.5, and just give you an example, there is no such a term 4.5th term, either 4th term or 5th term. Am I right? Or if you are getting n as a minus 6.8, there is no minus 6.8 term. Okay, so it means that here if you are getting 4.5, it means that this one is not a term in that sequence, because either 4th term, we know only 4th term or 5th term, there is no 4.5 term. Am I right? Okay, so we have to find the value of n anyway. Okay, so now what you have to do is that 4493, you have to call it as Tn. Okay, so now what is Tn? We already got an expression for Tn, general term, that is n square plus 4n plus 8. Okay, so let's call this one as Tn as 4400. So let me write this one first. Okay, so n square plus 4n plus 8 is equal to Tn. What is Tn? 4493. So from here we have to find the value of n. Okay, so here n square plus 4n plus 8, take this one to this side, so it is minus 4493 is equal to 0. So take your calculator, what is the answer for that one? N square plus 4n, then 8 minus 4493, that is minus 4485 is equal to 0. Now let's try to find n. So since here the number is too big, we can use the quadratic formula quickly. Okay, what is the quadratic formula? X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, so apply quickly. So it is minus, what is b? It is 4 plus or minus square root of b square, 4 square. So don't forget that this is a is 1. Am I right? A is 1, b, and this one is c. Okay, so here b square, 4 square, that is 16 minus 4 into a is 1, c is minus 4485 divided by 2 into a is 1. So check in your calculator quickly. Look at this one, this minus and this minus is going to be plus. Okay, minus times minus is plus. So first we can check with this plus. answer. Okay, so what is that one? Here this is equal to n x. X is equal to, let me try quickly. You can also check in your calculator, guys. -4 plus square root of 16 plus bracket 4 times 1 times 4485 bracket close divided by 2. So x is equal to 65 when it is plus. Okay, then when it is minus, doesn't matter, we want to find that one because we already got a proper number. Okay, so when it is minus, it is x is equal to minus 69, but anyway we got x value as 60. Is it x or n? It's not x, sorry, it's n. Here you can see that this is n. Okay, so n is equal to, so here n is equal to, n is equal to, so it implies that n is equal to 65. So it means that there is a term like this, and which term is that? 65th term is 4493. So Michael's claim is correct. Okay, because in this sequence 13, 20, 29, this is the first term, this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term, etc, etc, etc. Now we got this one as 65th term. That means there is a term like that in that sequence. Okay, so therefore 65th term, you have to write the full comment. Okay, therefore 65th term is 4493. Therefore Michael's claim is correct. You understand? Okay, you have to write that one. Don't stop here. You have to write what you are supposed to write. Therefore 65th term is 4493. Therefore Michael's claim is correct. Okay, so that is question number 2.1.3. Now let's move to the next question, question number 2.2. Question number 2.2. Question number 2.2. What is that question? Consider the finite arithmetic series. What is finite means? There is an end there. Okay, so consider the finite arithmetic series, and what is the series? 5, 8, 11, etc. and it is last term is 173. Okay, don't forget that last term we represented with tn. So here first term is t1, t2, t3, and this one is tn, last term tn. Okay, now what is the first question? 2.2.1. What is the question? Calculate the number of terms of the series. You have to find the number of terms. Okay, how many terms are there? So how can you find? It's a simple grade 10 question. Okay, so what is this? Is an arithmetic series. It is given that this one is an arithmetic sequence. It's not a series, it's a sequence. Okay, now if it is an arithmetic sequence, what is tn? A plus, you know the formula, a plus n minus 1 into d. Am I right? And here what is tn? Last term, what is that? 173 is equal to a first term, that is 5 plus n minus 1 into d. Second term minus first term, 8 minus 5, 3, 11 minus 8, 3. Okay, so the common difference is 3. Take this 5 to this side, so it is 173 minus 5 is equal to n minus 1 into 3. So what is this one? 168. 168 is equal to 3 into n minus 1. So this 3 is multiplication here. So if I take this 3 to this side, it is division. So it is 168 divided by 3 is equal to n minus 1. So what is n minus 1? What is 168 divided by 3? 5, 6, 56. 168 divided by 3, 56. Yeah. So n minus 1 is equal to 56. So what is n? N is equal to, take this minus 1 to the other side. So it is 56 plus 1. So it is 57. So it means that how many terms are there in this series? There are 57 terms. You understand? Okay. So that is question number 2.2.1. Now let's move to the next question, 2.2.2. Determine the sum of the even terms of this series. So you have to find the sum of the even terms. Okay, so here first from this given series, so let me write once more this sequence. Okay, so let me write it once more here. 2.2, what is our series? 5 8 11, 5 8 11. What is the common difference? 3. Okay, so 11 plus 3, that is 14. 14 plus 3 17. 17 plus 3 20. 20 plus 3 23, etc. up to 173. Am I right? So just before that 3 less, that means 170. Then only 170 plus 3 is 173. Am I right? Okay, so here you don't want to find the sum of all these terms. You have to find the sum of only the even terms. So we have to create another sequence based on this one. What are the even terms here? First one is 8, then 14, then 20. Am I right? And the last term is not 173, it is 170, because 173 is not even, it's odd. Okay, so just before that it is 170, 3 terms before that, that means 170 plus 3 is 173. Okay, so now let's write that sequence once more. What is our sequence? New sequence: 8 14 20, etc. up to 170. Am I right? Okay, so here in this sequence what is the common difference? Is it an arithmetic sequence? Let's check. 14 minus 8, so it is 6. 20 minus 14, it is 6. That means this is an arithmetic sequence. Am I right? Okay, so here you have to find, what is the question? Determine the sum of the even terms of the series. You have to find sum of all these numbers. These are the even terms. Okay, so here sum of even terms. So how can you write? So in this sequence, can you say how many terms are there? Here the previous question, what was our answer? N is equal to 56. Is it 56 or 57? 57. Okay, so I think 29 terms. Okay, anyway, we can try to find the Tn just to avoid mistake. Okay, how can we find Tn? Tn is equal to, just like what we did in the previous question, a plus n minus 1 into d. What is Tn stands for? Last term, it is 170 plus a is first term, 8 plus n minus 1 into d. Here what is the common difference? It is 6. Take this 8 to this side, so 170 minus 8, so it is 162 is equal to 6 into n minus 1. So this 6 is multiplication, so on the other side it is division. So let me write this n minus 1 here. N minus 1 is equal to 162 divided by 6. So n minus 1 is equal to, what is this one? 2 4 42 27. So n is equal to 27 plus 1, yeah, 28. So it means that the value of n is 28. That means there are 28 terms here. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to find the sum of this one. So we know that s, how many terms are there? 28 terms. So s 28 is equal to, this is an arithmetic series, so you study two formula. One formula is Sn is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Am I right? There is another formula, Sn is equal to n over 2 into a plus l. When can you, both are the same formula, when can you use this formula? When you know the first term and the last term, you can use this formula. That is more easy. Am I right? Okay, so here we know the first term and last term, so I am going to use this formula. N over 2, how many terms are there? 28 over 2 into a, what is a? 8 plus, what is last term? L, 170. So take your calculator, try to find the answer of that one. 14 times 178, 2492. 2492. So it means that the sum of the even terms, that is the question, sum of the even terms in this sequence is 2492. So that is question number 2.2.2. Now let's move to the next question, question number 3. Okay, let's move to the next question, question number 3, 3.1. Consider the infinite geometry series. So there is an infinite geometry series is given. So what is the geometry series? 90, 30, 10, etc. So they are saying that this one is an infinite geometric series. So if it is a geometry series, definitely you can find a common ratio, am I right? Okay, so anyway, here what is the first term in this sequence? What is the first term? A. It is first term is 90. Okay, so the value of A is 90. Then what is the common ratio? How can you find the common ratio? Second term divided by first term, that is 30 divided by 90. So the answer is 1 over 3. You can check in your calculator. 30 divided by 90 is 1 over 3. Now what is the first question, guys? 3.1. Question number 3.1. What is that question? Write the series in sigma notation. You have to write the answer in this series 90, 30, 10, etc. in sigma notation. So here I can see that it is going without any limit. That means up to infinity. Am I right? Okay. So that is sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity. Okay. Then when we write in sigma notation, sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity, here what we are supposed to write? Tn. Am I right? Here we are supposed to write a Tn. Tn of this geometric series. So first of all, before we write this one, we can find what is Tn. What is the formula to find Tn? Nth term of a geometric series. You studied a formula. A into r raised to n minus 1. Am I right? Okay. So here what is A? A is 90 into r. R is 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. So that is our Tn. Now we can write in sigma notation. So now we know what is Tn. So what is sigma notation? Sn is equal to sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity, because it is undefined, okay, or it's infinite series. Then 90 Tn, that is 90 into 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1, and that is in sigma notation. You understand? Okay, so that is question number 3.1. Now let's move to the next question, question number 3.2. Question number 3.2. What is that question? Write down the 10th term of this series as a simple fraction. So you have to write the 10th term. So we know what is Tn. What is Tn? Previous question we wrote A into 90 into 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. That is Tn. So here what is the question? Write down the 10th term. So what you have to do to find the 10th term? You substitute the value of n as 10. So T10 is equal to 90 into 1 over 3 raised to 10th term. That means 10, n is 10 minus 1. So check in your calculator what is the answer in fraction, simplified fraction. In your calculator you will get a 10 over 2187. 10 over 2187. So the 10th term in a fraction, is simplified fraction, is 10 over 2187. Okay, so that is question number 3.2. Now let's move to the next question, question number 3.3. What is this question? Explain why the series converges. You have to explain why the series converges. Okay, so here what is the value of r? R we got it as 30 divided by 90 is equal to 1 over 3. So the value of r is 1 over 3. And what is the condition for r? What is the condition for convergence? The value of r must be between -1 and +1. Here what? -1 is less than 1 over 3 less than 1. This 1 over 3 is the radius, common ratio. Okay, so that 1 over 3 is between minus 1 and 1. So this is the condition for convergence. A geometry series is convergence means that the common ratio must be between minus 1 and 1. So here what is the common ratio? 1 over 3. Definitely that is between minus 1 and 1. So therefore the given sequence converges. So therefore the given sequence converges. Okay, so that is question number 3.3. now let's move to the next question, question number 3.4. Determine the largest value of n for which s infinity minus sn is greater than 1. So you have to find the largest value of n. And what is the condition given here? S infinity minus Sn is greater than 1. Am I right? Okay. So here, what is the formula to find the sum to infinity? Sum to infinity formula, what is that? A divided by 1 minus r. Am I right? That is sum to infinity. Okay. Minus Sn. What is the formula to find Sn? In a geometry series, so it is a into 1 minus r raised to n divided by 1 minus r, that is Sn, and that is greater than 1. What is our question? We have to find the maximum value of n. Am I right? Okay, so now we can substitute the values. A, what is a? 90. So 90 over 1 minus r. R is 1 over 3 minus a, again 90 into 1 minus, we are supposed to write Sn. Okay, so r is 1 over 3 raised to n. Okay, 1 minus r raised to n, r raised to n divided by 1 minus 1 over 3, and that is greater than 1. Okay, so check in your calculator what is the answer of this one. In your calculator you will get 135 answer of this one. Okay, now minus, now look at this one, 90 times this one, so 90, then there is divided by 1 minus 1 over 3. So what is 90 divided by 1 minus 1 over 3? Is it not the same as this one? So 90 divided by 1 minus 1 over 3 is 135. Then what is remaining? 1 minus 1 over 3 raised to n. You understand? I just did the calculation of this one. 90 divided by 1 minus 1 over 3, that is 135. Then the multiply with the 1 minus 1 over 3, the whole raised to n. Okay, and that is greater than 1. So here you can see that there are two terms here. Am I right? This is the first term and this is the second term. So from that two terms, what is a common factor? 135 is a common factor. So take that 135 as common factor. 135 into, so if I take 135 from here, there is nothing left in the first term. So it is 1 minus, what is 135 common factor we took out. So what is remaining? 1 minus 1 over 3 raised to n. Am I right? Okay, so that is greater than 1. So here now inside this big bracket, look at this another bracket here. Okay, this is another bracket, this one. Can you see that? Okay, so this bracket we can expand with this minus 1. Minus 1 into 1, that is minus 1. Minus into minus 1 over 3, that is plus. Okay, so I am going to expand that bracket, guys. Okay, so what is that one? 135 into 1 minus into 1, that is minus 1, minus into minus 1 over 3, that is minus into minus is plus 1 over 3 raised to n, that is greater than 1. That means I expanded this bracket. Okay, now look at inside this bracket, this positive 1, negative 1 we can cancel. Okay, so what is remaining only? That is 135 into 1 over 3 raised to n is greater than 1. Okay, so here this 135 is multiplication here. So if I take this 135 to the other side, it is division. So it is 1 over 3 raised to n is greater than 1 divided by 135. Am I right? Okay, so now we have to find the largest value of n. That is the question. We have to find the value of n. Okay, so here n is as a power. So how can you find the value of n? Yeah, when n is as a power, as an exponent, then we have to take it to find the value of that exponent. We have to take the logarithm. Okay, so how can we take the logarithm? N log, that is a logarithmic rule. Okay, n log 1 over 3, this exponent times log 1 over 3, this base, okay, is greater than log 1 divided by 135. So I took a logarithm on both sides. Okay, so now look at this one, n times. So if I want to find n, I have to take this one log to the other side. So what must I do? Divide. This is multiplication here. So on the other side it is division. So n is greater than log 1 over 135 divided by log 1 by 3. So check in your calculator what is answer for that one. 4.46. 4.46. That means the value of n is greater than, what is the question? Largest value of n for which s infinity. So the largest value of n is, therefore the largest value of n is 4. So the largest value of n is, n means the number of terms. Okay, so fourth term, fifth term. So the largest 4.4 means is above 4. So the largest value of n is 4. Okay, so that is question number 3.4, and that's end of September 2022 Limpopo province questions. Okay, so hope all of you understand, all of you followed all the questions. Thank you for watching. Keep on watching. Practice maximum number of questions. Okay, thank you. Bye.